In this video, we will study a very interesting master game in which you will learn a universal opening system that you can use forever against any development scheme chosen by your opponent. You can even use this opening system with both the white and black pieces. The game began with the moves d4. Knight f6. c4. White advances his side pawn and places it next to his center pawn to increase his control over the center squares. Black played d6, the old Indian defense. Black prepares to react in the center with e5 and place a pawn in the center. If white now plays knight f3, to increase control over the e5 square, black can respond knight b to d7, with the idea of following up with moves like c6, queen c7, and e5, to establish a scheme similar to the Philidor defense, which is a very flexible and powerful game scheme. In the game, after the move d6, white played knight c3, developing the queen's knight and taking control of the e4 square, with the idea of following up with e4 to occupy the center with his pawns. Black played e5, placing a pawn in the center. If white now captures the pawn with d takes e5, the game can continue with d takes e5. And after queen takes d8. King takes d8, a very interesting endgame has been reached in which black has very good chances of playing for a win, as we will see in another video. In this game, after the move e5, white played knight f3, developing the king's knight and increasing the pressure on the e5 pawn. Black played knight b to d7, developing his queen's knight and strengthening the defense of the e5 pawn. White played bishop g5, developing his queen's bishop and pinning the f6 knight. Black played bishop e7, developing his king's bishop and unpinning the knight. Black's plan is to continue with moves like c6 and queen c7 to establish a very solid and difficult to attack position, similar to the Philidor defense. White played queen c2, mobilizing his queen and preparing to castle queenside. Black played c6, limiting the mobility of the knight on c3 and preparing to move the queen to the c7 square. White played e3, connecting his pawns and allowing the development of his king's bishop. Now, black castled. White played bishop e2, completing the development of his minor pieces and preparing to castle on either flank. Black played rook e8, activating his king's rook and defending the bishop on e7. At the same time, black freed the f8 square, which he could use with his pieces. White castled kingside. Black played queen c7, moving his queen to a good square, from where it reinforces the defense of the e5 pawn. White played rook to d1, activating his queen's rook and bringing it closer to the central files. Black played knight f8, initiating a typical knight maneuver. Black's idea is to move the knight to the g6 square, where it will be very well positioned, as it will reinforce the defense of the e5 pawn and be ready to attack on the kingside. White played h3, taking control of the g4 square to prevent the black pieces from making use of that square. Black played knight g6, activating the knight and moving it to the kingside. White played rook d2, with the idea of doubling the rooks on the d-file, which can be opened in the following moves. Now, black played e4, advancing in the center, with the idea of taking the initiative. If white now captures the black pawn with knight takes e4, black can play knight takes e4. After queen takes e4, the bishop on e7 cannot move because the rook on e8 would be captured. Black can play bishop takes h3, capturing a pawn and connecting the rooks to unpin the bishop on e7. After g takes h3, black can play bishop takes g5, recovering the piece and attacking the opposing queen. After, for example, queen g4. Bishop f6, the position is more or less balanced. In the game, after the move e4, white played knight h2 to defend his knight. Black played queen a5, threatening to capture the bishop on g5. White played bishop takes f6. Black played bishop takes f6. Now, it's not possible to capture the pawn with knight takes e4, because black plays rook takes e4, capturing white's knight. Black wins because if the queen takes on e4, black plays queen takes d2 and is a piece ahead. In the game, after the move bishop takes f6, white played rook c1. Black played bishop g5, intending to advance with f5. If white now plays g4, to try to prevent black's plan of moving f5, black can still play f5, strengthening the defense of the e4 pawn and attacking on the kingside. After g takes f5. Black plays bishop takes f5 and has a very good game. In the game, after the move bishop g5, white played knight f1, strengthening the defense of the e3 pawn. Black played f5, reinforcing the defense of the e4 pawn and preparing to attack on the kingside. If white now plays d5, advancing in the center, black can play c5, keeping the game closed to prevent the white rooks from activating. Black has very good play. After the move f5, it would not be good to advance with c5, because black can respond with d5 and has an advantage. In the game, after the move f5, white played the rook to b1, intending to advance with b4 and attack on the queenside. Black played the move queen d8, anticipating the opponent's plans. White played b4, initiating the attack on the queenside. Now, the best thing for black was to advance with f4, to attack on the kingside. Black has very good play. For example, in the case of knight takes e4. Black can play d5, attacking the opponent's knight. After c takes d5. C takes d5. The white knight continues to attack. After, for example, knight c5, black can play f takes e3. After knight takes e3, black can play bishop takes e3. After f takes e3. Black plays rook takes e3 and has an advantage. In the game, after the move b4, black played queen e7. Now, d5 was very good. Black cannot prevent the game from opening up, and the black rooks will be able to activate, giving white very good counterplay. It would not be possible to advance with c5, because white can play b takes c5. After d takes c5, white has a protected passed pawn and has an advantage. In the game, after the move queen e7, white played b5, attacking on the queenside. Black played f4, attacking on the kingside. Both sides have their opportunities. Now, white's best option was b takes c6, attacking on the queenside. After b takes c6, white can play queen a4, attacking the c6 pawn. Black can play bishop d7, defending the c6 pawn. White can play c5, continuing his attack on the queenside. If black plays d5, white can play rook b7, and white's queenside attack is more dangerous than black's kingside attack. After the c5 move, black's best option is f3, attacking quickly on the kingside. After, for example, g takes f3. Black can play bishop f4, threatening queen g5, and bishop h3, with the idea of getting a decisive attack on the kingside. Black has very good attacking options. For example, if e takes f4, black can play knight f4. After knight e4, black can play d5, attacking white's knight. After knight e to g3. Black can play knight h3, check. After king g2, black can play queen g5 and has a very strong attack against the enemy king. In the game, after the move f4, white played e takes f4, capturing the black pawn, with the idea of trying to stop black's attack on the kingside. However, this move is a mistake, since white had to play on the queenside, where they can gain an advantage. Black played bishop takes f4, and the white rook on d2 is attacked. If white now plays rook d to d1 to defend his rook. Black can play queen g5, bringing his queen into the kingside attack. Black can organize a very dangerous attack against the opponent's king. In the game, after the move bishop takes f4, white played knight e3, activating the knight and defending his rook. Black played bishop takes e3, eliminating the opponent's knight. After f takes e3. Black played queen g5, threatening to capture the e3 pawn and also threatening bishop takes h3. Black is winning. Now, white played knight takes e4, capturing the opponent's central pawn and attacking the black queen. Black played rook takes e4, and white resigned. Since if the white queen takes on e4, black plays bishop to f5 and wins. Since the white queen is under attack and when it retreats, black can capture the rook on b1 and gain a decisive advantage. A very instructive game. Now that you have learned a very simple system for fighting for the win with the black pieces, there is one more video you should watch, but hardly anyone will tell you about it. Click on the following video to complete your training. See you in the next video.